You are listening to the Porter Pridecast, your home for the Lockport Porters on the airwaves. If you're looking for all the latest news and behind-the-scenes conversations about Lockport Township High School, then you're in the right place. Welcome into the Porter Pridecast. No one talks Porters like we talk Porters.
Welcome to the Porter Pridecast. We're back. I'm one of your hosts, Brett Hespel, along with our other host, Adam DeCare from LTHS. This is episode number 23. What's up, DeCare?
Not too much. Well rested, well energized. Great to be back in the studio. Great to be back in front of the Pridecast faithful here. How are you doing, Coach Hespel?
I'm good. It's been a little while. Let's see if we can shake the rust off here. We had good job. We released episode 22, which was the decade series for boys track. Nothing was going on at the time. So we were like, in January, we'd take a small hiatus to wait for stuff to happen again. And then all of a sudden, bam, the IHSA dropped the announcements for sports coming out, and then basketball season started. And so I've been scrambling. So we haven't had a chance to record episode 23 yet, but here we are, back in the saddle. It's like riding a bike, though, I feel like.
That's right. No training wheels necessary.
So, yeah. So what's been going on? Second semester? Everything all good?
Yeah. Just, dealing with the in and the out, 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, getting the classes back in the swing of things. So this is perfect timing here to follow suit. Get sports are back here, so definitely excited. Obviously you're in the midst of your basketball season, so glad you're able to get that going. And football will be starting here in a few days. So we thought there was light at the end of the tunnel. Look at IHSA is calling with another announcement here. Hopefully they didn't hear football's back. Like, nope, never mind.
Yeah, so we're back in action. We're in the middle of our season. We've got a couple weeks left. I know we've featured some of the other winter sports in our, I think it was episode 21 maybe. A preview. You can go back and watch that. But we got a little recap for some of them. We're LTHS getting ready to go back in person full time in about 2 weeks here, hopefully through the end of the year. Seems like things are getting better with the pandemic. People getting vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. I got my second shot. I'm ready to roll.
I'm still waiting for round 2. We had to cancel ours due to quarantine, so just waiting for that call up to the majors.
Yeah. So you know what? It's been a while, but everyone's been waiting for it, and our 5 things we like is back. So I think we should jump into our 5 things we like. Speaking of which, just get this off my chest real quick. Something I don't like, Best Buy customer service. So I don't want to get into it here, but they can't figure out how to get my dryer to work, and it's kind of getting ridiculous. So Best Buy, if you're watching, I expect full sponsorship of the Porter Pridecast to make up for this inconvenience that you have caused the Hespel family. So
the man is heated. His dryer is not, but the man is heated.
Yes. I see what you did there. It's
a little drier.
Yeah, it's a little dry humor for sure. On that note, let's get into the 5 things we like, where we recap what's been going on. DeCare, you get to go first.
All right, so yeah, good. It's good to have things to like again. With not a lot going on. This is everyone's favorite segment here. So yeah, a lot of positives of sports coming back. So some of the results. Just kind of looking at the last few weeks here, boys swimming and diving had 2 big victories over Sandburg on February 16th, and a big victory last week on the 25th against Lincoln Way Central. So two big conference foes there. As they say, eyes in front, gentlemen, eyes in front.
That's what they say. We had boys swimming on the winter sports preview on episode 21. Coach Osbolt was on there. So good job by them. They're no state tournament, just dual meets this year for them. So good that they're rolling. I talked to Coach Oz the other day. They have not lost a dual meet yet, so we'll see if they can close it out undefeated. So good job, boys swimming. Second thing we like, we're going with girls basketball. Back at it. They are 5-4 right now, and about a week and a half ago, they had a big overtime victory over the always tough Lincoln Way East Griffins. So good job, Coach Kelly and the girls basketball squad. I know he had several girls back from last year, and they are expecting to do well, and they are right now. So, and they got some heavy hitters in their league with Bolingbrook and Homewood Flossmoor being two of the top 20 teams in Illinois. So it's a good showing so far. About 2 weeks left in girls basketball season. I know they have 7 games left in these last 2 weeks. So we'll try to get them on maybe and interview someone because they were not in the preview.
All right, well, nice job, ladies. Keep that going, Coach Kelly. Speaking, I almost said sweeping. I'm so excited about this sweep we got coming up. Speaking of success here, program sweep by our cheer program here, who we're on our preview. Let's go back, check that out. But all 3 levels, freshman, JV, varsity, champions at the Buffalo Grove invite last week. I know we had conference this past week, so just keep on rolling. We talked about that continued success by Lockport Cheer, just a great program up and down. So great job, keep that going. Keep the sweeps coming. We like sweeps here. Don't have my broom or else I'd be swinging it around.
Yeah, be careful over there. Girls cheer or co-ed cheer, actually. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. They're co-ed cheer division. So they did sweep at Buffalo Grove, and I just expect them to win. It's bottom line when cheer is in a competition. We hosted this weekend a big invite as well, so we can update you on that in episode 24. Because now that 5 things we like is back, we have to like things all the time.
Right.
That's 3 things, right? So the 4th thing we like, girls bowling, went up to Rockton Hononegah. Where'd they go, Decare?
Hononegah.
Good job. He made me say that because he was afraid he'd mess it up. So I had to take girls bowling.
Hononegah.
Where they had the unofficial state championship for girls bowling because, again, no winter sports with the state series. So we're going to have to find out a little bit more about this, but it sounds like they got some of the top girls bowling teams together to go up there. And your Porters won it again. That make them defending champs?
Back to back.
Yeah. So they are the official, unofficial state champions. Congratulations. And Chloe Ciziga, the individual champion up there as well. So great job, girls bowling. A dynasty. Change coaches, it doesn't matter. Dynasty. That's all about girls bowling. You can
Seemed like you were on a roll there. All right, and saving our best for last, our boys basketball program, highly respected on the Pridecast here. Probably one of my favorite head coaches here at LTHS. Just dying to get this guy on the show. Very hard guy to come by here. But off to a great
camera shy.
off to a great start here, sitting at 7-3. Got some solid notable wins here. Sandburg beat the Eagles by 19. Beat Lincoln Way East by 16. Always a great win. Road win at Joliet Central. Always a tough matchup there. And then a big overtime win, this past week over Andrew, who's in first place on their side of the conference. And then just lost a heartbreaker. 4 overtime. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 overtimes there with HF, top 15 team in the state, I believe, ranked.
Yeah.
Came up just short there, lost by 1, but gave them all that they could handle, 4 overtime. So I guess the positive there is, with the shortened season, 4 overtime games, it's almost like an extra game. So,
It's a good point.
Get some experience. 2 overtime games there in a week. So the Porter legs are battle tested. Let's say that. So yeah, looking forward to talking a little bit about some more about the boys basketball program here on this episode. But off to a great start, Coach Huspel, wherever you're at, keep it rolling with the boys.
So there's our 5 things we like. Lots going on. Things have just like bam started. IHSA just bam. Hey, you guys can get going. And it was kind of wild, and we're back at it. And then, like you mentioned earlier, we've got a few more things starting up as early as next week. So it's good to get things back in action and stuff we can talk about. And we got to make sure that Mr. Dwyer in the athletic office and Mr. Eber and Mrs. Hayes have plenty to do. So, and I think they do right now with all the scheduling and stuff going on. So those are 5 things we like. I guess we should bring our guests on.
Let's before this guy changes his mind, this has definitely been the hardest guest to get on. So let's get him on here before I have to go chase him down again.
We'll be right back with the boys basketball program, including 2 of the senior boys basketball players. All right, Coach DeCare, our esteemed guests today are from the boys basketball program. We've got senior Modest Deksnys and senior Angelo Vassilakis joining us to talk boys basketball. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we've just gotten our season started. So it's not really a preview. It's more like a mid-season review type of thing, I guess.
Yeah, 4 games in, mid-season.
Also, I suppose to care that I am no longer a host. I am now a guest. I got to switch my role here, huh?
Yeah, you're currently off the payroll of the Pridecast. That means I get a raise, very small, from 0 back to 0. But yeah, my time to shine here. Finally get out of the shadow of the man that never stops talking.
True.
Our host. So this is I'm looking forward to this. Our ratings are going to go up.
So you're asking
I can probably guarantee.
You're asking all the questions then.
So I have all the power here.
Okay, take it away.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just like Coach Huspel just mentioned, your season has started. You guys are 4 games in, so we'll talk a little bit about that. But this year has been obviously crazy with everything that's been going on with school, with athletics. Being a football coach, I've been going through that as well. Obviously you guys have gotten to start your season. We're still a couple weeks away here, so just kind of reflecting on you both being seniors, all this kind of uncertainty. I'm sure you've got some different emotions with that. So why don't you guys just talk about maybe like the fall, getting to do some contact days, really not knowing what was going to happen with the season, but at least getting to be on the court, be with your teammates, be with your coaches, and kind of practice your sport. Kind of, why don't you talk a little bit about those fall contact days here to start? Whoever speaks first gets to start.
Angelo, I'll let you take.
I'll start. Okay. So basically, like I was like kind of injured to begin with during the thing, so like I didn't get to experience like the full thing. But once I got into it, though, like it was fun again, because we haven't played basketball in a while, and yeah, we were just getting back into it, and then we took advantage of it. I mean, we were playing pretty good, I suppose. And then eventually, there was like a lot of uncertainty about the season, and then just as like it kept going on, no one had a clue. We were doing stuff on our own though, so like we were playing a couple games in like Indiana and stuff. So the team was still together. It was just like we still didn't know.
Did you guys go by the Indiana Porters at that point, or is it still represent Alltown?
It was still Alltown. It was still Alltown.
There we go. Always represent. What about you, Dex? How was that experience for you here?
Well, unless not like Angelo. I mean, I wasn't injured, so I actually was there in the fall. Playing with the team, I guess, non-contact days, and also like Angelo said, the Indiana games. So that was pretty fun. How we still stayed together, even though we didn't even know we had a season.
All right, so then that's kind of the player aspect. Coach Hespel, how about from your end, what were some of the challenges with getting those contact days together? Some of the limitations. I know what we were dealing with football, but being an outside sport versus an inside sport. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of those challenges of kind of planning some of those contact days?
Well, I mean, I guess the first challenge was we didn't know if there was going to be a season or when it was going to take place. We just knew we were able to practice 20 times. So we tried to take advantage of that. A second challenge was getting used to wearing masks, I think was probably, I guess they could speak to this better than me, but wearing masks while playing was obviously a new experience. So getting comfortable with that, I think, was a challenge. And then like the mixed messages that we were getting from the state for basketball, because in the fall we were a medium risk sport, so we were allowed to practice fully, and then right at the beginning of November they raised basketball to a high risk sport, and we weren't allowed to do anything. And then it was a question of whether there would be a season or not, and the governor was going back and forth with the IHSA, so there was a lot of confusion there. But it was nice to be able to practice some in the fall, because we really didn't get much summer practice either. We got cut short there also because of the pandemic too. So,
yeah, I think just looking at it from the football aspect as well, that's been the biggest struggle, is just all the uncertainty and, like you said, the mixed messages. Getting some hope and then finding out otherwise, and then getting discouraged and not thinking that it's going to happen. So, obviously, luckily, we found out our fate, and you guys have gotten to start your season. So that's awesome for you guys. I'm sure that was a thrill. Why don't you guys talk a little bit about what was that experience like once you found out, hey, it's a green light, season's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. I know you guys were you were in the gym pretty much right as you found out, and started playing games pretty much right after that. So, finally getting that news as your senior year, knowing that you're going to get to have a season in the state of Illinois, not just Indiana, as the Indiana Porters here. What was that like, is kind of hearing that news?
For me, it was just weird, because like I remember that like same week, like they announced that there was going to be no basketball, so I was just really confused, like what was going on. And then I just remember we started practicing because I don't know, just like could have. And then that same day we got the news, and then it was the season, it was on. So like that was our first practice. It just felt weird, but we had 7 practices, and then pretty sure like 2 weeks, and then our first game. So it was really quick, but I think like eventually we just got used to it, and then now we're here. So yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, Deker, it's kind of crazy. So we were released to start like contact days again, and then on like there was a snow day or something, so we canceled our first one. And Wednesday was supposed to be, I think it was a Wednesday. It might have been a Thursday. I think it was a Wednesday. It was going to be our first one, like picking back up again. And then at about 3:15 that afternoon, the message came out that the season was going to start ASAP. And so thankfully we had one scheduled that night at 5:30. So it just became our first practice, like literally 2 hours after getting the message. So that was kind of wild.
Yeah, wasting no time there. So Coach Hespel on top of his game. I'm not used to that in the social studies department. I'm always having to carry the weight there. So at least
I was thinking about calling you to see if you could get our practices going for us, but I thought that might be, inefficient.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing for the sake of your season. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the season. So it's upon us. 4 games in right now. We're sitting at 2-2. So we've played HF. You've had Sandburg, wins over Sandburg, Joliet Central, and then Bolingbrook. I know you guys have Lincoln Way East tonight. But Dex, why don't you talk to us a little bit about how the season's been going so far here, 4 games in?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first game, don't really want to talk about that. And our 2 wins in a row on Friday and Saturday, I felt we actually came back, I guess, back in the groove, I guess, and we played good. And then against Bolingbrook, we played really good defense, I guess, and we just didn't get things right on offense.
What about you, Angelo?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. First game, just like I said, like it was just like the first 2 weeks. We just didn't feel like, like it just felt weird playing again, I guess. So then, it was like a reality check. We came back Saturday and Friday against Sandburg and Joliet Central, played how we were supposed to play. We came, we won the games. So then against Bolingbrook, did the same thing, just scored like 28 points. And, you just can't win games scoring 28 points. So that's something we got to fix.
You heard that here, Coach Hespel.
Yeah.
More scoring, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to start designing those inbound plays like the one that I designed that Dex hit. You're welcome for coming up with that one.
Uh-huh.
But no, I want to put the players on the spot here before I ask the same question to the coach. So be careful with your answers here, guys. With the season, kind of like you said, 4 games in, what are your keys to success for this year as a team? So not individually, but what do you guys need to do for the 2021 shortened season here to be successful?
Well, I'm pretty sure we have like 16 games, like something like really short. So I'm no playoffs or anything. So, we can't even go deep down in like a run or anything. So I guess the best thing is just win every game we have left. Like we can win every game. I'm pretty sure, I feel confident we could. Just comes down to making shots and playing like we had been defensively. And then, yeah, I think that just like set the pace for like the guys that we have this year, like the juniors. So then when we're gone, they could pick it up when hopefully things return back to normal.
All right, so we got the player perspective there, Coach. You can grade them on how they did, but what from your genius mindset here, what's the key to this young season and being successful?
Well, I mean, I think right off the bat, we needed to spend we needed to emphasize defense a lot. We have a group of kids that a lot of guys have the ability to score the ball. It didn't show Tuesday night against Bolingbrook, but we do have a lot of kids who can make shots. And defense is something we needed to really stress. And the first game – so first of all, our schedule's been pretty challenging. 3 out of 4 on the road, 2 of them or at HF, at Homewood, or at HF, at Bolingbrook, at Joliet Central. So it's been a pretty tough start to the year. But that first game, I didn't think we played defense very well. And we've seemed to have righted the ship. I think we've gotten better each quarter of every game since then. And so we had a little bit of a struggle Tuesday night scoring the ball against Bolingbrook. Sometimes that happens against they're really good. So we'll see how we respond this weekend against Linkaway East and Stag. But I think if we continue to play defense the way we have been and rebound the way we have been, we're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, obviously a shortened season, no state playoffs and tournament, which is obviously a bummer. But the fact that you get to step on the court and play even a modified season is obviously great, just especially for the players. Angelo, you mentioned the juniors, just development for them, but the chance for you guys as seniors to get to play, I'm glad that opportunity worked out for you. So. Kind of one last question here, put you on the spot. Talk about one another's game. So Dex, why don't you describe Angelo's game, and then Angelo, you could fire back about Dex.
Oh, geez, where do I start? All right.
Keep in mind that this is a family-friendly show, so.
Well. Need to work on free throws, first of all. Say that. Yeah. You can look at me all you want. It's true.
He just dove right into the negatives.
So much for building up your teammate here.
All right. I'll start with the good things. Not that many, but he's a good facilitator. I'll say that. He, passes me the ball. It's a good thing. He's also very physical, gets in, gets to the free throw line, but doesn't really capitalize, I guess. And, I mean, he's working on his shooting, which is really good. He just needs to get that confidence to start shooting the game. Because right now he's just not shooting anything, which not good. I mean, we scored 28 points, so what is there to lose? And yeah, that's all I got to say right now.
I'm going to start with the rebuttal. My free throw percentage is better than you this year, so I don't know where you're getting this from.
I have a small sample size, okay? You can't.
There's reasons to that. So I'll start with his negatives.
Okay.
He's what are you, 6'7"? Like, I feel like when you're 6'7", you should just be able to, just be more physical. You know what I mean? Like, just take it at them. If they're trying to contest you, take it at them. You got the skills to do it. Free throw percentage, could do work this year. But the positives, very good shooter. Off my my good facilitating, I get him a lot of good open looks. Just by getting
it does
in
make
there.
it easy. It makes it easier to make shots when you throw such good passes.
Yeah, exactly. You're
really good pass.
Yeah, good facilitator. I facilitate him to open threes. Yeah, but he can take over a game when he wants to. He did that against Bolingbrook. Nobody else stepped up. Saw me. I missed a lot of shots. But yeah, so it's just he could shoot really good. He can finish when he wants to, but the thing is, he doesn't want to all the time. So once he gets like my mental aspect of the game, he'll be a very solid player.
See what I have to deal with to care?
Yeah, wait. Can I say something real quick? It's kind of hard, like during the game when we're doing like Grinnell 100 or whatever, or Wolverine, and this guy's just lollygagging around, not throwing good passes. It throws me off, and then he expects me during the games, like I can't have those like practice reps that like aren't good. You know what I mean?
Hey Dex, how long have you and Angelo known each other?
5th grade.
Sounds like too long.
Sixth grade?
Yeah, something.
5th grade.
All right.
Did you meet each other playing basketball? Or
I think I beat him in the one-on-one tournament on the Homer camp.
No. Dex, I have
I have the poster.
Dex, I was there that year. Stop. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So is that did you meet each other at basketball? Is that
I think we met each other in like art class, to be honest. And then the season came around, so like we talked. It was like something like that.
Art class.
Art class. Yeah. I saw Dex and oh my god, he cannot. Yeah, let's just say that his coloring or his art is just as bad as his free throws.
See what I have to deal with here, DeCare?
That's funny that the 8th grade Homer one-on-one championship and bracket just got brought up because I literally was just arguing with one of my high school buddies. He refuses to admit that I beat him one-on-one in 8th grade. It was the upset of the century. Mike Alley went down. I beat him on a last-second shot. He refused. I had to call up my friend who had the bracket, and we settled that matter. So
at the Homer camp,
I have I have 3 brackets. I think Dex has 1, and it's from 5th grade.
I have proof. I think I'm like 30, and we've played. We haven't had a season during the winter and the fall. So me and Angelo started playing one-on-one. I think we played a total of 30 games. I think I won a good 26 of them. And the four that he won, I think I was like I wasn't even trying. I think it was like a warm-up game, and he just counted them. So I mean, I gotta give it to him.
You're good at making up numbers, dude. I don't know what math class you're in, but you're good at making up numbers.
This segment did not go anywhere that I had planned. I thought you know what, a stand-up program like the Lockport Porters, the tradition of basketball, would have been all positive praises. But obviously, besides the great team chemistry that these two have displayed, Coach, what would you say is this team's biggest strength besides how well they get along?
We have 14 guys on the team. I think we have 14 basketball players. We don't that's not always been the case, and that's not always the case every year because sometimes teams have kids who do other stuff first, but in this particular group, I think we have 14 basketball players who love playing basketball. They mentioned over the winter, they organized themselves to go work out. They organized themselves to go over to Indiana and play games or wherever they were able to find them. So, that shows in how competitive they are when things are clicking. And even in our game against Bolingbrook Tuesday night, when we weren't clicking, we were we were hanging in there because we were competing, and so that's I think our biggest strength. And as we iron a few things out, I think we're gonna have a good little run here the next few weeks.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing I'll say. I mean, I try to get to as many games as I can. Being going to Lockport myself, being a former freshman A basketball team member, circa 2000, retired after the freshman year. Last year, even though your season got cut short, I would say that you guys just played hard, and I think that's the attitude of the program that Coach Hespel and his assistants have built, and guys like yourselves that just bring that grinder mentality. I think that keeps you in every single game. Whether you win or lose, you guys always play hard and you play physical and you come to compete. And I think that passion for the game is definitely evident just with the way you guys do. So yeah, kind of last thing here. Both being seniors, just kind of, you guys have any plans for next year? Whether you want to play, continue on, or just what do you got going on for next year?
Dex, you go first.
I haven't figured out what I want to do yet. I want to play basketball, but I don't really know right now what I'm going to do next year.
Yeah, I could say the same for me, but I'm also, because I also have a track season, which is again later this year. So I'm going to see what goes on with that, and then I'll explore my options.
Well, it sounds like regardless, both should be practicing your free throws, get those percentages up. But yeah, I wish you guys nothing but the best with the rest of your season. Off to a 2-2 start here. Got a big game tonight, against always the competitive Lincoln Way East, at home. So I'm looking forward to a newly subscribed YouTube member here to the LTHS athletic page. So I'll be watching that on my TV here, and just looking forward to watching you guys play. So, wish you guys nothing but the best with the rest of your senior year, and then whatever next year brings, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ange and Dex, thanks for coming on, guys. Appreciate it. Even though Dex, had to figure out how to log on and figure out how to connect and figure out how to unmute his microphone, but it's all good. We got it done. So anyway,
All that matters.
Thanks for coming on, guys. Appreciate it.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's good to have those two guys on. I see them every day, but still characters, those two. You can tell that they go way back. They're both having a fantastic season. So like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're 7-3, 10 games in here. Matt Deksnys just tied the school record for 3-pointers made in a game against Stag with 7. And then Angelo, he's been on a roll. And then Angelo has against Andrew this past week, he had 14 points, 9 rebounds, 7 steals, 5 assists. Crucial for our win. And then against Homewood Flossmoor in the overtime game, 11 assists and only 3 turnovers in a 4 overtime game. So those two are really driving our train, and they've had a great season. So it's really good that they're able to get on the court and play, because I know they enjoy it.
Yeah, I think that was definitely evident with their back and forth banter. But I think that just speaks to
You don't know the half of it.
Yeah, I was going to say that was just a small preview. But no, I just think that speaks to the culture that, you and your staff have created, the long-standing tradition and history with Lockport basketball, and just the way that you guys play, just that grinder attitude. No matter what the outcome of the game, you're going to get 100% effort, from the team. So I definitely think that was evident with those two guys on. So yeah, keep it going. Tough loss over the weekend to HF, but the boys are playing well. So nice job, Coach.
Appreciate it. And I guess we should turn our attention to what's coming up, right? Now, DeCare, the people may not know this, but because of the pandemic, it's very limited spectators. On the road, no visiting fans have been going to indoor sports. I don't know what's going to happen with outdoor sports, but probably be very limited. And then the home fans is 50 people max. So if you can't get into a game, DeCare, how do you follow LTHS athletics program?
Get on to the LTHS athletics account there and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So Coach Dwyer, Coach Eber, and Hayes have done a great job of bringing Porter events to your living room or wherever you want to enjoy these. But yeah, just a simple click of a button, subscribe, and you'll get every event that they have streaming. You can hook it up to your TV. It's just awesome to be able to get these sports going. But yeah, like you mentioned, with limitations and not being able to allow just anyone in, at least you have the opportunity to get to enjoy Porter sports again. So awesome job by our athletic department, and just keep spreading that word. So it was awesome to see. They needed, I think it was 1,000 subscribers, and they got that in the matter of I think like a day when they started advertising. So if you have not subscribed, get on there. While you're there, subscribe to us too, if needed. I mean, I'm sure you probably already are, but for some odd reason, if you are not subscribed to us on YouTube, check us out always on your podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. But yeah, just awesome to see Porter Athletics going again, and to get to see it from the comforts of your own home.
Yeah, and then if you don't have time to watch, like DeCare said, you can listen to us recap it. So that's something else you can subscribe to. So the more people that subscribe, the more stuff we can bring you, and we can share what's going on at Lockport Township High School. Big week coming up, DeCare. This upcoming week, we got some more sports starting. So besides the sports that are going on right now, boys swimming, cheer, dance, boys and girls bowling, boys and girls basketball, badminton. We are adding on Monday, boys soccer is getting started. And then on Wednesday, football is getting started. And then the following week, girls volleyball is getting started. So it's safe to say that the school is going to be busy every day. But it's great to have these sports coming up. You excited about football season getting back going on here in the – well, it's actually warming up, so that's good. Yeah,
I was going to say I think Mother Nature has cooperated. The snow is I was preparing for a snow season here, but I'm starting to see some grass. Did a great job getting the turf cleaned off the other day, so that should all be melted, ready to go. But yeah, definitely a long time coming. Boys have been working hard, in the weight room and with our contact days and just the back and forth. I'm just thrilled for them to be able to have a season here. So definitely ready to go here on Wednesday.
It's warming up the next 2 weeks. You know what that means, right? That on the night of your first game, it's going to be 37 degrees and raining.
Or probably have some snow flurries there.
That's what's going to happen.
But hey, we'll take it. Whatever we can get, as long as we can get that game in, I'm good.
So there we have it. We will be bringing you all kinds of stuff now that all these sports are going. We'll try to get back in here as frequently as we can, even though we're getting busier and busier now that basketball is going and football is going. But we'll try to get you some updates. So keep listening. Tell your neighbors. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Even if they live like our loyal listener in Singapore, tell them. Go on YouTube, Porter Pridecast, subscribe. Go on Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating, subscribe. Go on Spotify, follow along there. Some other place you get your podcast, do it there. Spread the word. Share what's going on at Lockport High School, and join the conversation here. Word of the advice, DeCare, would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I could not have said it better myself. I subscribe on all platforms myself, so that should tell you something.
Because your subscription does not come lightly. It has to be earned.
You have to make have not made a rating yet. Still up in the air on that, but lean in 5-star.
Okay, that's good. So there you have it, folks. Stay tuned for episode 24 coming up soon. Keep following along. Great stuff happening by our current students. Great stuff happening by our alumni. We'll have to tackle some of that here coming up because some of those alums are doing great stuff. So just stay tuned because no one
talks Porters like we talk Porters.
We'll see you guys. Go Porters.
Go Porters.
Hello, 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 CK. Yo, yo, yo.